Yo, what's going on, guys? Dillbobs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Now, the Phoenix trailer is out. Her gameplay has been revealed, and there's a lot to unpack with this one. She's the new duelist coming at the very start of Season 3 on July 11th. So, I'm going to play the full trailer so that you can watch it in full speed, and then we're going to go in and break down and try and analyze this like crazy to see what Phoenix has to offer. Okay, after first watch, her damage looks insane. So let's see if we can go through this and break it down slowly. And there's a lot to unpack because it was kind of messy, like there was a lot going on. So let's look at the very first shot. We can see she is not a permanent flyer. She just runs along the ground and she has the Phoenix form following her. Now, she has 12 ammo in her primary attack. She has 275 health. I think that's thanks to her team up with Wolverine. I think she'd normally have 250. But what we can see here is her using her primary attack, and she's just shooting a projectile, and it feels like a Hela projectile. If you look at this, she seems very, very similar to Hela. She just shoots at a pretty similar speed, and it looks like it is going to be a hit scan ability. Now, let's see, though, because when you hit someone with one of your attacks, it applies one mark of this kind of Phoenix flame. Then, the second hit applies a second mark, which clearly charges the person up. They're kind of on fire. And then I'm trying to work out what she does at the end there. So one shot, flame. Two shot, second flame. Then she hits Hawkeye with another shot. But then the next time she hits Hela, it looks like it creates an explosion. And that ignites. And does it damage Hawkeye? Let's just watch that back one more time. Does it deal explosive area damage? Yes, it looks like it does. It doesn't deal crazy area damage, but it deals massive damage to Hela there. So, what I think this is, if we play it back in full speed, is her passive. Essentially, every time you hit someone, it will charge them up, and if you hit them for a third time, then it will explode, dealing bonus damage and area damage. That is absolutely massive. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to see how long this stays ignited for. Maybe later in the trailer, we'll be able to see, because I doubt it's going to keep them ignited for long. Otherwise, this just seems very OP. From the trailer, it looks like she's very good at dealing with enemies all packed together. Like, if your supports are stood together, she'll be able to just blast these 3 shots and deal crazy damage. Man, her primary fire feels so good as well. Like that, it's like that Hela hit scan. Okay, let's see the abilities, though, because we can see all the abilities in the bottom right here. And is she going to use one right here? So she hits Venom twice. So here, again, we can see he's charged up, ready to be exploded with a third shot. And then she dashes away. That's her shift ability. You can see she dashes away, or kind of like teleports away there in her human form. And then does that activate her flight? It doesn't. Her flight is on her E ability. Now, does this dash do anything else? Let's play it back in slow-mo, because sometimes these kind of dash abilities have a secondary kind of ability. So, yeah, she goes hidden, and look, she leaves a body of herself over there. So I think this is like Loki. Essentially, she appears as though she still stood still. You can see that purple sort of version of her there. So the enemies still see Jean Grey stood there, but you actually turn invisible for a second. You dash in the direction. I assume this is completely directional, whichever key you're holding. And then you reappear at a distance away. And then, oh, I've just realized, I think it leaves an explosion where you were. It's like an exploding Loki clone. Okay, that's incredible. So you dash away, and a second later, your previous clone blows up. Oh my god, Phoenix is insane. Now we have her flight. This is just her E ability. It looks like you have a fuel meter. Okay, look at that animation. Let's watch that back. You pop flight, you combine with your Phoenix, and it creates the Phoenix wings. There are those Phoenix wings flying, and you just are in this flight. And it looks like there is no cooldown, so you can just use this at free will. It's like Star-Lord's flight. You can use this whenever you want, and then it will recharge. If we look at that one more time, you can see she pops her E. Sorry about that. It's so hard to try and rewind the right speed. Okay, we pop our E. There's no cooldown here in the bottom right, and we can keep using our flight when we want. I think that's really good. And here we can see, once again, her primary fire is so powerful. Just those explosions. If you have decent aim, you are going to be insane with Jean Grey. Now, are we going to get a look at her right-click ability here? So she's spamming into groups. This is what she's good at. Look at that. Look at the amount of explosions she's doing there. And does each explosion... Oh my god, it does. Each explosion adds one of the flames to an enemy. So you can see there's one enemy here with 2 sort of flames. I think that's Emma Frost. And there's 2 people around her with only 1 flame. Now, if she hits Emma, it creates an explosion, and that adds a flame to all of the enemies that the explosion hits, which is the chain reaction mechanic. So if you have a team grouped up like this, all you have to do is explode one of them. That will put your flame onto the others. Then you hit another one, and that will explode, and that will put flames onto others, which will then explode them, which will then explode them, and create this crazy chain reaction. Oh my god, this is an insane ability. And this is just her passive. This might be one of the strongest passives that we've seen a duelist have. Now, we did also see her right-click ability here. I think we saw it in this previous clip as well. I missed it there. So, her right-click, if she flies up here, and then she pops a right-click right here, it creates this kind of spell field. It's like a bit of a telekinesis. Does it pull people in? I'm not sure what it does. It just seems to create a bunch of explosions. I really don't know. She yells Cosmic Flame, and then she just pops it on the ground, and it looks like it just creates a bunch of explosions in the area, and this, once again, adds the flames to the enemies, which will cause them to ignite. I don't know. I might not be seeing the full extent of that ability. It just seems like a cool explosive projectile. We can see it again here. She pops it at the very end. You can see she threw the right click, and then it creates another explosion, but it kind of missed everyone there. Okay, what do we have here? Do we have any more of her abilities? Okay, while you're flying, you can use your shift ability. Here, she's flying. At the same time, your shift is still active, so you can fly away, and that will leave a version of her in the air over there that will explode. And then she goes on the ground here, and I assume once again, yeah, pops her right click. Here we go. This is a better look at the right click. She just throws it down. It just explodes everybody. It literally explodes everybody. With that passive as well, combined, it's crazy. Okay, now we have our MVP animation. I mean, you saw that when we first played it. I mean, that's pretty badass. With the Phoenix form, like, following behind her, it looks so cool. So this is her ultimate, ladies and gentlemen. She pops her ult. You see Hela goes up. And then she combines with the Phoenix, and it starts by creating this massive explosion. Now, does this damage people? I don't know. You can see it creates a ring around the map. I'm not sure what this ring does, if this is the area that you're allowed to, you know, impact in. But you go in the air like this. You are CC immune. Your health bar is yellow here. And then you fly around as the little Phoenix, and you choose where to land. Now, it has 400 shields, so I guess that people can kill you while you're up here. And you have 20 seconds to use this, which is pretty mental. And then you land on the ground. It deals a bunch of damage. It also destroys all kind of enemy placement. So, like, you can see all the penny mines, everything like that. The rocket respawn beacon. It will destroy all enemy equipment. And then you'll respawn back where you were a while ago. Now, how far back do you respawn? Because if you look here... Okay, yeah, you respawn back where you popped the ultimate. Okay, that's actually really cool. So you blow up, deal a massive area damage, and then respawn back where you were when you popped the ult. Okay, very, very awesome. She is incredible. Jean Grey is probably one of the most insane duelists we've got in the game. Her chain reaction capabilities are nuts. So let me know what you guys think of Jean Grey the Phoenix in Marvel Rivals. She isn't a flyer. She has a flying ability, but the flying meta is not getting any new members. Instead, we're getting the Phoenix meta. You don't want to be standing in a group against Phoenix because she will absolutely demolish you with these chain reactions. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.